Introduction. The samurai were a class of warriors in feudal Japan who played a crucial role in the country's history and culture. They were known for their code of conduct, called Bushido, which emphasized honor, loyalty, and respect. The samurai were highly skilled in the use of swords and other weapons, and were also trained in the arts of war, strategy, and tactics. One of the defining characteristics of the samurai was their code of honor. They were expected to live by a strict set of rules and principles, which included loyalty to their lord, respect for their elders, and self-discipline. In addition to this, they were also expected to be fearless in battle, and to always be ready to defend their lord and their country. Another key aspect of the samurai was their martial skill. They were highly trained in the use of swords and other weapons, and were also skilled in the arts of war and strategy. Many of them were also proficient in other forms of combat, such as archery and horseback riding. This made them highly respected and feared by their enemies, as they were known to be formidable warriors who were almost impossible to defeat in battle. The samurai were also known for their elegance and refinement. They were trained in the arts of calligraphy, poetry, and flower arrangement, among other things. This helped to cultivate a sense of beauty and aestheticism among the samurai, which was reflected in the way they lived their lives. They were also well educated, and many were knowledgeable in literature, philosophy, and other arts. Despite the fact that many of the samurai were members of the upper class and held privileges, they also had to follow strict rules in terms of dress and grooming. They had to follow the standard hairstyles, wear the traditional garments, and dress their sword in a special way. The samurai played a significant role in the history of Japan, both as warriors and as cultural figures. They were instrumental in shaping the country's military and political landscape, and their code of conduct and way of life continue to influence Japanese society to this day. Despite the fact that the samurai class was officially dissolved in the late 19th century, their legacy lives on and their culture continues to be celebrated and respected in Japan. The Bushido Code. The Bushido Code, also known as the Way of the Warrior, is a set of principles and values that were followed by the samurai class of feudal Japan. These principles were based on the idea of the samurai as a warrior knight, and were designed to guide the samurai in their conduct both on and off the battlefield. One of the core principles of the Bushido Code is loyalty. Samurai were expected to be completely loyal to their lord, and would follow him to the ends of the earth. This loyalty was not just limited to their lord, but also to their comrades, friends, and family. Samurai were also expected to be loyal to their country and their traditions. Another key principle of the Bushido Code is honor. Samurai were expected to uphold the highest standards of honor and integrity. This means they should conduct themselves with honesty and respect and uphold their promises. They should also be willing to risk their lives to protect their honor and the honor of their lord. The Bushido Code also emphasizes courage. Samurai were expected to be fearless and to face danger without hesitation. They were also expected to be able to control their emotions and to remain calm in the face of adversity. This courage also meant being able to accept death when it was inevitable and to die in an honorable way. Another principle of the Bushido Code is discipline. Samurai were expected to be highly disciplined and to follow strict rules of behavior. This meant that they were expected to practice their skills, follow a strict code of conduct, and to conduct themselves in a dignified and respectful manner at all times. Lastly, the Bushido Code stresses the importance of wisdom. Samurai were expected to be wise and to have a deep understanding of the world. This included understanding the nature of life, the importance of duty, and the way of the warrior. They were also expected to be well educated, with a deep understanding of the classics and the arts. Miyamoto Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi, a legendary samurai warrior and swordsman who lived in Japan during the 16th and 17th centuries, is widely considered as one of the most skilled and celebrated martial artists in Japanese history. His classic treatise on strategy and tactics, The Book of Five Rings, is still widely read and studied to this day. When Miyamoto Musashi was just a teenager, he had already begun to make a name for himself as a skilled swordsman. He had already won several duels, and was becoming well known for his martial prowess. However, despite his early success, he was not content to rest on his laurels. Instead, he decided to leave his home in search of new opponents and greater challenges. One day, as he was traveling through the countryside, he came across a famous sword master by the name of Arima Kihei. Musashi challenged him to a duel, but Kihei refused, saying that he was too old and that Musashi was too young and inexperienced to be a worthy opponent. Undeterred, Musashi decided to prove him wrong. He went to Kihei's dojo and started to practice outside. Every day he would be training alone in the rain and snow for weeks and months. Kihei was both impressed and annoyed by the determination of the young samurai, and eventually gave in and accepted the challenge. The day of the duel finally came, and as they stood on the battlefield, Kihei couldn't help but be struck by Musashi's focused and determined attitude. Musashi won the duel with ease, and Kihei, impressed by Musashi's skills and dedication, decided to take him as his student. One of the biggest takeaways from Musashi's teachings is the importance of strategy, not just in martial arts but in life in general. He encourages readers to think about their goals, to be aware of their strengths and weaknesses, and to develop a plan to achieve them. This is a valuable lesson that can be applied in any field, whether it's in business, sports, or personal development. In addition to strategy, Musashi also stresses the importance of cultivating the mindset of a warrior. This is characterized by courage, discipline, and mental fortitude. He encourages readers to develop these qualities in order to be successful in whatever they do. Musashi also believed that the balance of technique and spirit is essential for being a true warrior. He emphasizes that technical skill alone is not enough, one should also cultivate inner strength and wisdom. He also wrote about the idea of no mind, or mushin, which is a state of mind in which one is free from distracting thoughts and emotions, allowing for complete focus and spontaneity. Musashi's teachings also stress the importance of continuous learning and self-improvement. He encourages readers to always strive to be better and never to be satisfied with mediocrity. This mindset can be applied to any area of life and is a great reminder to never stop growing and learning. Musashi's teachings can also be applied to different areas of life, not only in martial arts. He encourages his readers to apply the principles of martial arts and strategy to every aspect of their lives, including relationships, business, and personal development. Discipline. The samurai of feudal Japan were known for their strict discipline, which was an essential aspect of the Bushido code. The discipline practiced by the samurai was not just limited to their training and fighting abilities, but also their behavior and conduct in their everyday lives. One example of samurai discipline is in their training regimen. Samurai trained rigorously in various martial arts, such as swordsmanship, archery, and horseback riding. They would spend hours each day honing their skills, perfecting their technique, and pushing themselves to become the best warriors they could be. This discipline was also extended to their diet. They were expected to eat healthily and avoid food and drink that would affect their performance. Another example of samurai discipline is in their conduct. Samurai were expected to follow strict rules of behavior, which included showing respect to those around them and conducting themselves in a dignified and respectful manner at all times. This meant that they were expected to show respect to their lord, their comrades, and even to their enemies. They were also expected to be courteous and polite to all, regardless of their social status or occupation. Samurai discipline also extended to their appearance. They were expected to maintain a certain standard of grooming and to be well dressed at all times. This was because they believed that their appearance was a reflection of their discipline and their ability to conduct themselves in an honorable manner. Furthermore, samurai discipline also included their code of conduct in battle. Samurai were expected to be honorable in battle and to fight with courage and valor. They were also expected to be fair in combat and to avoid any unnecessary acts of cruelty. They believed in dying in an honorable way, even if it meant going down with dignity. In today's world, we can learn from the discipline of the samurai. For example, in our personal development, it's important to set goals and to work towards achieving them, to push ourselves to become the best version of ourselves. In our professional lives, it's important to maintain a high standard of work ethic, to be respectful and considerate to our colleagues and clients, and to be honest and ethical in our dealings. In our social lives, it's important to maintain good grooming, to be courteous and polite to others, and to maintain a positive and respectful attitude. Developing discipline can be a challenging task, but it's something that can be improved with practice and patience. In a journal, computer, or phone, write down your response to the simple exercises given below. 1. Establish a daily routine. One of the easiest ways to develop discipline is to establish a daily routine. This means setting a schedule for yourself and sticking to it. It can be something as simple as waking up at the same time each day, eating your meals at the same time, and going to bed at the same time. The more consistent you are with your routine, the more disciplined you will become. 2. Break tasks into small steps. Another way to develop discipline is to break larger tasks down into smaller, more manageable steps. For example, if you're trying to develop a daily exercise routine, start with just a few minutes of exercise a day, and gradually increase the time as you become more disciplined. By breaking a task into smaller steps, you can focus on one step at a time, which makes it less overwhelming and easier to complete. 3. Time management. Set time goals for each task, dividing the time you have available for a specific task and completing it in the given time frame. Whether it's work-related or personal, time management allows you to be productive, focused, and accomplish more in less time. 4. Prioritize. Another important aspect of discipline is to prioritize your tasks. Identifying the most important tasks and addressing them first can help you stay focused and on track. This not only helps you to stay organized but also saves you time. By incorporating these simple exercises into your daily routine, you'll be well on your way to developing discipline and reaping the benefits it can bring to your life. Remember, discipline is not something that can be achieved overnight. It takes time, patience, and consistent effort to establish, but the rewards are well worth it. Loyalty. The samurai of feudal Japan were known for their unshakable loyalty to their lord, which was a central principle of the Bushido code. Samurai were expected to be completely loyal to their lord, and would follow him to the ends of the earth. This loyalty was not just limited to their lord, but also to their comrades, friends, and family. One of the most famous examples of samurai loyalty is the story of 47 Ronin. The 47 Ronin were a group of samurai who were loyal to their lord Asano Naganori. After their lord was forced to commit seppuku, ritual suicide, for drawing his sword in the shogun's palace, the 47 Ronin sought revenge. They bided their time, waiting for the perfect opportunity to avenge their lord's death. After a year of planning, they successfully avenged their lord by killing the man responsible for his death, and then committing seppuku themselves. Their loyalty and devotion to their lord was so great that they were willing to sacrifice their own lives for him. Another example of samurai loyalty is that of the loyal retainers of Toyotomi Hideyoshi, a powerful daimyo and general who lived during the late 16th century. Upon his death, his loyal retainers pledged to serve his son and heir, Toyotomi Hideyori, with the same loyalty they had shown to Hideyoshi. They were so loyal to the Toyotomi clan that they fought to protect Hideyori even when his own mother urged him to surrender, eventually leading to the siege of Osaka. In both examples, we see the samurai's unwavering loyalty and devotion to their lord, even if it meant death. This loyalty was not just limited to their lords, but also to their comrades, friends, and family. This teaches us the importance of loyalty in our personal and professional lives, the importance of being dependable, and the importance of keeping our promises and remaining true to our word. In today's world, we can learn from the samurai's loyalty by being a trustworthy person and by committing to the people and causes that matter to us. We can also learn the importance of being loyal to our friends, families, and loved ones, and to stand by them through thick and thin. 1. Build strong relationships. Strong relationships are built on trust, mutual understanding, and mutual respect. Building strong relationships with friends, family, and colleagues helps develop loyalty as it gives you a sense of belonging and security. People that you trust and respect will also likely be more trustworthy and respectful in return. What is a small step you can do today to show someone in your circle that you care? 2. Be accountable. Take responsibility for your actions and make a conscious effort to be accountable to the people in your life. This means being dependable and keeping your promises. It's important to be reliable and consistent in order to build trust. What is a failure or disappointment that you recently experienced? How can you take responsibility for the situation and learn from it? Courage. The samurai of feudal Japan were known for their courage. Samurai were expected to be fearless and to face danger without hesitation, as well as to be able to control their emotions and remain calm in the face of adversity. One of the most famous examples of samurai courage is the story of Minamoto no Yoshitsune. He was a legendary samurai warrior who fought bravely in the Genpei War, a civil war that lasted from 1180 to 1185. He demonstrated incredible courage and martial prowess on the battlefield, leading his army to many victories against overwhelming odds. He was able to lead his army to the final victory, but after the war he got betrayed by his brother. But despite the difficult situation, he didn't give up and escaped to the far north. He died in an honorable way with his men at the end of a battle. The samurai prided themselves on their ability to maintain calm and control in the face of danger and adversity. They also show their fearlessness and willingness to take risks. These traits can be applied to many areas of life, such as in business, sports, or personal development. By facing challenges and taking calculated risks, we can improve ourselves and achieve our goals. Today, we can learn from the samurai's courage by being brave and facing our fears head-on, whether it's in our personal or professional lives. It's important to be able to keep our composure when things get difficult, to not give up and to push through difficult times. Additionally, by cultivating courage, we can inspire others to be brave and to tackle their own fears and challenges. 1. Face your fears. One way to build courage is to face your fears head-on. This means identifying your fears and taking small steps to overcome them. For example, if you're afraid of public speaking, you can start by speaking in front of a small group of friends or family and gradually work your way up to larger groups. It's important to remember that facing your fears can be uncomfortable, but it is a key step in building courage. Write down 3 fears you have. What are micro steps you can take today to face these fears? 2. Take risks. Another way to build courage is to take risks. This means stepping outside of your comfort zone and trying new things, even if there's a chance of failure. It can be something as simple as trying a new food or talking to a stranger, or something more challenging like starting your own business or taking a job in a new field. The key is to take calculated risks and to learn from your mistakes. How are you going to step out of your comfort zone today? 3. Get exposure to stress. One of the best ways to build courage and mental strength is by getting exposure to stress and pressure. Whether it's through public speaking, competition, or high-stakes situations, the more you expose yourself to stress, the more you learn to handle it. What is an uncomfortable situation you are going to put yourself in? 4. Be adaptable. Being able to adapt to new and unexpected situations requires courage and confidence. By being open to new experiences and having a growth mindset, you can learn to be adaptable, which can be applied in various aspects of your life. What is something that you want to change? What is a micro step you can take today to make this change happen? Perseverance. Samurai were expected to never give up and to always push forward, even in the face of adversity. They were expected to have the stamina and the willpower to complete the task, no matter the difficulties they may encounter. One of the most famous examples of samurai perseverance is the story of Honda Tadakatsu. He was a powerful daimyo and general who lived in the late 16th century. He was known for his incredible stamina, both on the battlefield and in his personal life. He fought in over 200 battles and was never injured despite his position in the front line of every battle. He was also known for his ability to endure difficult conditions, such as harsh weather and hunger, with great perseverance. The samurai prided in their ability to push through difficult circumstances, to persist in the face of adversity, and to never give up. These traits can be applied to many areas of modern life. By pushing through difficult times and not giving up, we can achieve our goals. We can learn from the samurai to be resilient and to push through difficult times, whether it's in our personal or professional lives. It's important to have the stamina and the willpower to complete a task, no matter the difficulties we may encounter. 1. Embrace failure. Embrace failure and learn from your mistakes. Failure is a natural part of the process of growth and learning, and it can teach you valuable lessons. By accepting failure and using it as an opportunity to learn and grow, you'll be more likely to persevere through difficult situations and challenges. What is a failure you have experienced, and what can you learn from it? 2. Learn from role models. Look for role models who embody perseverance and learn from their experiences, both from the successful and from the unsuccessful ones. They can be historical figures, people in your community, or your personal acquaintances. It is important to understand the mindset and strategies that lead to perseverance, and to apply them in your own life. Who is a role model you can study as an example of perseverance? Wisdom. Not only were the samurai skilled fighters, but they also held a strong code of honor and held themselves to a high moral standard. The samurai were known for their wisdom. They were well versed in a wide range of subjects and were able to think critically and make sound decisions. They understood that wisdom is not just knowledge, but the ability to apply that knowledge in a meaningful way. By developing wisdom, we too can become more informed and make better decisions. Wisdom is often seen as something that is acquired through years of study and experience, but what if I told you that it's not always necessary to follow a set of steps in order to develop wisdom? In fact, some of the most valuable insights can come from unexpected sources and in unexpected ways. One way to develop wisdom is by keeping an open mind. As the saying goes, an open mind is like an open window. It allows fresh air to enter and stale air to escape. When we keep an open mind, we are more likely to consider new perspectives and to challenge our own assumptions. This can lead to new insights and understanding that we might not have otherwise considered. Another way to develop wisdom is by embracing uncertainty. Wisdom doesn't come from always having the answers, but from being comfortable with not knowing. In fact, it's often in the moments of greatest uncertainty that we learn the most. So, the next time you find yourself unsure of something, try to see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. We can also develop wisdom by being curious. We don't need to be experts in a particular field to be wise, but we do need to be curious about the world around us. When we're curious, we're more likely to ask questions and to seek out new information. This can lead to insights and understanding that we might not have otherwise discovered. Lastly, we can develop wisdom by simply living. Living is an experiment. In living, we encounter different situations and people, and in those situations and interactions, we find wisdom. Sometimes our best teacher is experience, and the key to wisdom is to be present in our lives and to learn from it. Wisdom is not a destination, but a journey. It's not about arriving at a particular point, but about constantly growing and evolving. By keeping an open mind, embracing uncertainty, being curious, and living fully, we can develop wisdom in ways that might not be possible by following a set of steps. It's important to remember that wisdom is not just book smarts, but also a combination of many things including experience, self-awareness, empathy, perspective, and intuition. And it's not an endpoint, but an ongoing journey that we take throughout our lives. It's a journey that's open to all, and one that can be quite fun if you keep a curious and open mind. 1. Read and learn. One way to build wisdom is to read and learn as much as you can. This means reading books, articles, and other materials that can provide you with a better understanding of the world around you. Reading and learning from a variety of sources can provide you with a diverse perspective and help you make better decisions. Make a habit of reading at least 30 minutes per day. 2. Reflect on experiences. Another way to build wisdom is to reflect on your experiences. This means taking time to think about the events and situations that have happened in your life and to consider what you learned from them. Reflecting on experiences can help you gain insight, learn from your mistakes, and make better decisions in the future. What are 5 happy experiences you have had over the last year? What can you learn from it? What are 5 unhappy experiences you have had over the last year? What can you learn from it? 3. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness can help us pay attention to the present moment, and it can be a powerful tool to cultivate wisdom. Mindfulness practices such as meditation, yoga, or journaling can help you focus your attention, improve your self-awareness, and gain insight on how to navigate the world around you. What is one mindfulness practice that you can start today? Application is everything. Now that you have read the full book, I hope you will do the exercises provided in the previous pages. Knowledge is only useful if you act on it. So decide now that you will apply the exercise steps. Start with just 1 step a day and build up momentum. Best of luck, smiley face.